I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome everyone to the Borough of Swissvale Regular Council meeting for April 2nd, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. Let's go through our roll call. Ms. Alfonso Wells.
Here.
Mr. Haynes.
Present.
Mr. Miser.
Here.
Mr. Quinn.
Present.
Ms. Stribling.
Present.
Ms. Swartzwelder cannot be with us this evening, and Mayor Swartzwelder.
Here.
All right, let's move on to public comment. We have a handful of public comment. We'll begin with, if I could just remind, if you're speaking for public comment, these are our cameras, also the microphones. If there's a little X on the floor, you can stand there. Make sure you project as well so that the microphones can pick it up. First on the list is Mary Ann Hayes. You can come on up. Yep, come on up. You can stand on that X, and you have 3 minutes to share whatever you'd like to share.
Thank you for letting me speak. I'm not a speaker, but I've lived in Swissvale for 70 years. Okay, and I was a little upset. I always buy the Valley Mirror. Okay, and a couple weeks ago I bought it and I read it, and the back page, it had to do with this rubbish fee. Okay, and it didn't really say much. So I went up to Greg at the Borough Building and I bought the resolution that you're going to be talking about or approving. And that made me feel a little better. But my concern was, why did it take so long for that to happen?
So,
Because you pay your garbage fee. I'm not upset about it being raised. I know you have to do that, but what took so long?
I just want to be sure I understand the questions. Yeah, the amnesty program is what you're asking about? Amnesty program, like for people who are delinquent in garbage?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, I think this is just, it was something that was a brainchild of a few elected officials that thought that this would be a good idea to help people catch up who are delinquent, allow them to continue to get back on a regular payment, the regular payment schedule. It's just one of those things that once it is delinquent, it goes to Keystone, who is they collect our delinquent fees. And usually they're the ones that are going after folks. And
They're going to do that.
they have done that
They have done that.
with limited success. And so that's why we, came up with this program as another kind of incentive for people to pay.
Because I spoke to a lot of my neighbors. They don't care. I don't care. Well, maybe you're richer than me. I don't know. But they didn't care. I said, come on to the meeting and speak. But when I got the resolution that you're gonna do,
Yeah.
hopefully that'll work.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Wonderful.
Thank
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next we have June to speak about ratification. Come on up.
Good evening, everybody. Peter June the barber from Paul Acres Barbershop. I just have an issue with why my past criminal history and current criminal history is being brought up when the award was given to me as far as Black History Month given back to the children. You know me personally, because you've been in my shop a couple of times. That should not play a part in getting, an award. I came and shook everybody's hand, like thinking everything was okay. And don't give me a backhanded compliment if you really think in your heart that I'm not deserving of an award, even though it had a thing with, my criminal history. I play music. That's a barbershop theme. Like, we have conversations. We play music. Yes, I have liquor bottles. We have complimentary liquor for everybody. I mean, if that's a crime, then so be it. I'm gonna, try to make everybody comfortable as best as I can, to my ability. So, giving back to the youth, to the elderly, that's part of my makeup. I grew up not in a rough neighborhood or anything, but I see how just a little bit of, kindness goes a long way. And I do that on a daily basis. So no matter what somebody may tell you bad about me, come see me for yourself. Talk to me, have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not with the picture they try to paint for me. I'm the honest, easiest person to talk to. That's just me. Real name is Larry Heath. If y'all want to really know me, Google me. easy to find. I mean, come down and talk to me personally, come down to the barber shop and bust it up with me. Some people say they came past the shop and heard music, come and talk to me, you know what I'm saying? We could have had the conversation just easy as that. I'm just a phone call away, got my number and I paid my taxes for the borough, like, I really don't understand, like, just make yourself easy accessible like I am. I'm easy to talk to, like, I don't pull no punches, I'll tell you how it is. I mean, that's how it is. If y'all wanna take an award away because I'm playing music, then hey, so be it. If y'all really want it that bad, y'all can have it. I know what I do for the community. That award, I appreciate it, but what I do for everybody and, you know, still doing, that's bigger than the plaque. That y'all don't want me to really have, but, I just wish y'all come in and talk to me. I'm here for you. Y'all have any events, I'm here to support. I give back as much as I can. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for those comments. We'll keep moving down to Anthony Starr, also to speak about ratification.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Starr. I'm also employed by June Barber. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to sugarcoat nothing. Nobody's perfect at all. I grew up in the streets at home. I made mistakes. I did a lot of stuff I regret. But my motto is, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Now, I'm gonna share a little something that I normally share with kids. I too got a pass. I've been a free person for 10 years. Long time ago, I was a little knucklehead, wanted to run the streets, wanted to do this, wanted to party, didn't have no goals. But then I met him. And every year we give free haircuts to the community. Every year we give book bags, school supplies, free food, all of that. I mean, I'm talking about myself. I made a lot of mistakes a long time ago. But the stuff that he's been teaching me to do, hey, you want to be a barber, do it the right way. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. No. You're going to be the best barber that I can make you into. Regardless of what we did a long time ago, it's what we're doing now. Like I said, I've been a free person for 10 years. Most I got was a speeding ticket. I mean, we do so much, like, I'm standing outside, I'll go buy ice cream for kids walking past. Let me see your report card. Okay, yeah, I'm taking you out to the ice cream shop and stuff like that. We just trying to better ourselves one day at a time. And this is the only way we know how to do it. So if making somebody else smile is going to make us feel better, then that's what we got to do. Like I said, a long time ago was a long time. But we're focused on right now. Right now, we run a successful business. We don't cause no problems, none of that. I mean, a lot of people out there in the streets selling drugs. We give people good looks. There's no harm in that. Something as small as a simple haircut can make a person's whole week feel better. So instead of focusing on what happened a long time ago, focus on the internal feeling that we give with every step that we do. Standing on our feet for 10 hours a day. Giving out free haircuts to kids. Giving out ice cream, giving out all this stuff. Literally. The point is, you walk out that door smiling. He called it shop quality cuts. No. We put a quality in your life. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. We'll go next to Jolena Gibson. So, looks like Jolima. Anyone here? Gibson? Okay, well, we'll keep moving on. Tim Ward from Setco.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to update you on Setco's activities for the month of March. So far, we have 26 contacts with regards to the Curvature Mini Grant Program. Of those 26, 15 have been processed. Total of $4,000 even has been distributed. We still have another 6K to go. Thank you very much for the seed money. We're promoting mostly through the Swissvalian and word of mouth. We have notified businesses on Harrison, some on Monongahela. We'd really like to tie in the businesses that are going to benefit from the streetscape project on Monongahela. So we're still working on that. And obviously, any help you guys can give is much appreciated. I'd also like to update you on the annual cleanup this year, Swissvale. We'll be picking up the supplies from PennDOT the week of the 14th. They're asking us to measure how much litter we're picking up. They need a metric. Here it turns out, we think we discovered Keep Pennsylvania Beautiful. We thought this was a new thing. These guys have been around for 20 years. I mean, so it's new to us, new to me. But they need metrics to measure how this is going to go. So I believe if we just count how many bags we have, approximate weight, I think that should satisfy the requirement. When you look at their trash data format, they break it down to fishing wire, cigarette butts. That's kind of, I don't see how that's going to work. But another thing that did you offer is called Lens on Litter. And if you take a picture, before and after picture of the litter cleanup, you're eligible for cash prizes. There's kids under 12 and there's different ranges for it. I think we should take advantage of that. We'll see how this goes. Setco would also like to encourage the borough to continue with this program. We'll see how the quality of the bags and gloves are, but when you get on that site, you see how many other cleanups are going on April 26th, and our neighbors are doing this. Braddock, Wilkins, Turtle Creek, we're also having cleanups on the 26th. Wilkinsburg, because they always march by a different drummer, they're on the 19th. But if we are in this program, I think we have opportunities for collaboration, and it would just behoove us to stay with it. That's it for Setco in March. Any questions?
Can you send me the information?
Yes, I'd like to work with the administration on this. I'll talk with Sarah. But yeah, there's some paperwork involved, and I'll drop the supplies off as soon as I get them. We're in business hours at the Public Works Garage. No problem. Good, cool, thank you. Stay in touch.
Tim, I want to say first and foremost, thank you for all the work that Setco does on these grants. I've heard from a lot of my neighbors that one is actually in the process of finishing their project, get finalized photos. They're very excited about these opportunities.
Excellent.
I appreciate everything you're doing to reach out to the businesses. I hope we can push it more and further because I think it's a great program. And I would like to give a shout out to guests who did. While our DPW was amazing, nothing tops a $10. Okay. A great union representation, but nothing.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that.
But I thank you.
It was actually Mary Miller's idea, so I give credit where credit's due. Okay. Anything else? Okay, thank you all.
Thanks for those comments. All right, last on our list, we have Brandon Jennings to speak about safety.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, so actually it was interesting because I heard a little bit of some of the debate and stuff around the award, issue and some of the concerns that people had expressed about June the Barber. And it's, I think, at least for me and thinking big picture about safety and residences and businesses that are here in Swissvale, I found the level of effort in terms of how much relevancy, some of the issues and things that are going on with the barbershop. I found it to be pretty lightweight considering some of the other issues, some of the other businesses that are in Swissvale, particularly Novomart. I don't think it's a secret that Novomart in particular is sort of a beacon for all types of significantly worse incidences than some noise violations and some public nuisances. But now that the weather's picking up, more activity. Kids are gonna be out of school soon. They've been hanging out and there's been a lot of activity over there. And so we've been working as much as we can with the police department, but in particular, I did want to at least mention and sort of bring up, I guess, a discussion about certain residences. So there's, as we all know, in the last year, there was a homicide in that apartment complex right behind Novamart, which is right by our house. And the woman whose apartment it has been since we moved to Swissvale, has just been a constant flow of just all types of characters, lots of drug use in the alleyway and things like that. And so I don't know for sure, but talking to other neighbors, there's a suggestion that she might be on some sort of assistance program or housing assistance, right? And so I guess concern / question as far as how does this continue to keep going on and being a thing, up to the point where now, people are getting shot and killed, in our apartment complex, right? And so, is that some sort of, all the activities and stuff gotta be some sort of violation where the council or borough can talk to the building owner? I know he's private business, private building and all of that, but there's gotta be some sort of, I don't want to say control, but some sort of like middle ground here, right? Where, yes, you can rent to whoever you want to as a private citizen and so forth, right? But if you have a tenant who has constant police activities and, drug use and, drug sales or whatever is happening over there, I'm trying to figure out what can be done, right? As we start to think about how we're furthering developing the community and, looking at Noble Mart, who in and of themselves aren't necessarily doing anything, right? But I mean, everybody's hanging out there, loitering, they're smoking, drug use and things like that. I don't know how much responsibility that people can have in terms of encouraging business owners like that to do something different, to not have these issues. We're coming up in the summertime, a lot of kids with no jobs, not a whole lot of things to do, and we're gonna end up with, what happened last year. So, yeah, it's just my piece. So, thanks.
Thank you for those comments. Chief Watson, when we get to the president's report, can I turn to you to respond to some of those comments?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, that is our public comment. If you're following along at home, we're down to item 4, which is National Library Month Proclamation. Mayor Swartzwelder.
Pete Colucci is our Swissvale librarian. Pete, do you have a few things that are going on in the library?
I do. We always have a lot going on, and I have laryngitis, so I'll do my best here. The summer reading program starts June 7th with a picnic on our beautiful front lawn. We have a computer tutor every Thursday available to anybody. We have a Don't Get Scammed program with John Petrowski. Some of you know him, postal inspector. We have a therapy dog. Yes, my favorite. Therapy dog comes once a month on Saturdays. Her name is Spot. And we take her all around the library because everybody wants to pet the therapy dog. And we have open mic, my favorite. We have an open mic on Fridays, once a month. Everybody's welcome to come perform or come be part of the audience. It just gets better every month. There's lots of talented people around here. So those are some of the things going on. This paper is available. I'll leave some of them on that table. I'd love for you to take one and tune into what we got going. That's it. Thank you.
And I said it before, a strong library is so beneficial to the neighborhood, and I feel that our Swissvale library is so strong, and thank you for all your hard work and all the librarians and all the volunteers. They do such wonderful things, and Swissvale appreciates everything you do. Thank you. So. Proclamation for National Library Week 2025. Proclamation of the Mayor of the Borough of Swissvale, the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and the Carnegie Free Library of Swissvale, recognizing April 6th, through April 12, 2025 as National Library Week in the borough of Swissvale. Whereas libraries spark creativity, fuel imagination, and inspire lifelong learning, offering a space where individuals of all ages can explore new ideas and be drawn to new possibilities. Whereas libraries serve as a vibrant community hub, connecting people with knowledge, technology, and resources while fostering civic engagement, critical thinking, and lifelong learning. Whereas libraries provide free and equitable access to books, digital tools, and innovative programming, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of background, have the support they need to learn, connect, and thrive. Whereas libraries partner with schools, businesses, and organizations, connecting the dots to maximize resources, increase efficiency, and expand access to essential services, strengthening the entire community. Whereas libraries empower job seekers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners by providing access to resources, training, and opportunities that support career growth and economic success. Whereas libraries nurture young minds through story times, STEAM programs, and literacy initiatives, fostering curiosity and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. Whereas libraries protect the right to read, think, and explore without censorship, standing as champions of intellectual freedom and free expression. Whereas dedicated librarians and library workers provide welcoming spaces that inspire discovery, collaboration, and creativity for all. Whereas librarians, and library workers across the country are joining together to celebrate National Library Week under the Drawn to the Library. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, Denise Swartzwelder, Mayor of Swissvale, proclaim April 6th through April 12th, 2025 as National Library Week. During this week, I encourage all residents to visit the library, explore its resources, and celebrate all the ways that libraries draw us together as a community. Thank you, my dear.
And Kate, you mentioned the summer reading program. Is
Yes.
that just for kids?
No, it's for grown-ups and all ages of kids. And we're gonna have some really cool raffle prizes this year, including family memberships to the Carnegie Museum of Pittsburgh, one family membership, and some other good stuff. Also, Chelsea provides ice cream sundaes or ice cream cones to everybody, old as anybody, young as anybody, who reads 5 books or has 5 books read to them this summer. And yeah, it's for everybody. I'm glad you asked that, Chris.
I've participated the last few years. I'm getting that.
That ice cream is really motivating.
Thank you.
What time does Spot arrive? What time does Spot arrive? The puppy?
Spot.
11 to 12:30.
11 to 12:30. All right.
11 to 12:30 on Saturday, April 12th. not
Lines out the
Saturday,
door, I'm sure.
Next Saturday. No, there's not lines out the door, but people are there, and come see Spot.
I will.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Mayor Swartzwelder. Let's move on to item 5. We're in our council actions. 5A is minutes, so I welcome a motion from someone.
I move to approve the minutes of the February 26th, 2025 council agenda meeting and the March 5th, 2025 council meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to 5B, finance.
I move to approve the Borough of Swissvale paid bills in the amount of $404,816.28.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
I pay those bills.
With that being said, all in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Oh, any opposed? Motion carries. Let's move down to item 5C, personnel.
I move to appoint Perry Rucker to the Shade Tree Advisory Committee to fill the unexpired term of Cynthia Pagesh, effective immediately and expiring on December 31st,
Second.
2025.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
I just think it's so wonderful that we have such dedicated people that want to work for Swissvale on our different committees. It is so important, and to look at you know, him and many others who have gone through this process. It's just it's very thrilling to know that we have so many people that are very concerned about whatever issues you're concerned about, but that you're actually willing to participate and get on these different committees to help out. That's just amazing.
All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I move to hire Alex Knoll as a full-time entry-level police officer in the Swissvale Police Department pending satisfactory completion of physical, psychological, and drug testing. All wages, benefits, and conditions of employment are set forth in the collective bargaining agreement between Swissvale Borough and the Swissvale Police Officers Association.
A second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
We had two very good interviews for the position. Both could have had the position. Hopefully at some point we can have Luke as a part of the force, but Alex is a very enthusiastic young man, and I think he'll make a great officer.
Yeah,
It's already served.
yeah, he is. Alex is already working here as a part-time officer, so this kind of promote, I don't know if it's technically promotion, but it brings him on as full-time and you know, the list, the civil service list is good for a year, so if we have a need to hire a police officer again and the other candidate, yeah, we were all very impressed with him as well, so. You guys ready to vote?
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're down to 5D, Black History Month Awards.
I move to ratify the Black History Month Award to June DeBarker.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have discussion. I just want, people to realize that in the African American community, the barbershop is the first point of contact for all of our youngsters as a place of mentorship, to teach them what it's like to be young men and sometimes women in those spaces, so that they don't even get to see you as they grow up. Again, Mr. Barber, I support you 100%. Again, to you, nobody's perfect. It's what you do after you fall in that matters. And so I totally and completely support you. I look forward to coming to see you, because guess what? What Satan uses for evil, God uses for good. So this is, get ready for your blessing, because it's coming. And that's all I got.
And I want to also say that I support you 100%, Jenny Barber. I used to come to you when I moved back here in 2020. I remember I didn't have a barber, and I was walking down the street and he came up to me like, hey, you need to cut. So he came up to me and he was my barber for years. And I just respect your customer service, your humility. I respect how kind you are to people. I always felt comfortable. And as a queer Black man, it's very interesting to get into these spaces. Sometimes when we go to barbershops, we feel uncomfortable. June has never made me feel that way. And I'm just very thankful for you to be a staple in our community. And I look forward, and I hope this is a positive moment for all of us, where we all can work together, or we can make this a positive outcome. And I do look forward to working with you in the future too. Thank you.
I also wanted to say thank you for coming tonight and speaking to us. I don't know if you heard last week, I came before the council and said, I have a criminal background. You know, life's a journey, and we're all trying to reach the destination. So
Absolutely.
thank you for coming.
And thank you, Josh, for your transparency. That was noble, and I appreciate that.
I want to say my grandparents were a barber and a beautician, and they had their own shop. And that was where I literally have pictures of me in the playpen while they're doing hair and making cuts. And there's something very special about barbershops and beauty parlors. They have been areas of political action and activity. They have been safe spots. They have been areas where the community has always been able to come together. I thank you so much for, giving back to the community and knowing that as you reach out to bring those children up, right? And to create safe spaces for people. This is such an extremely important part of our culture, and that you are willing to give so much of yourself. We all have different things in our past, and at different points in time, people are doing different things, but to recognize that you can be such an influence for people around you, that is so important. And the fact that you give to others is such an important lesson in life. And please continue to do that and continue to be yourself. Thank you.
Everyone else talking, I was gonna say something afterwards, but I'll just say it now is, I mean, I think nobody's perfect. We're all a mixture of virtue and vice, of positive and negative. And I really like the way Mr. Stark put it. It's not about where you, I don't remember exactly how he said it, but how you finish. Yeah, not how to start, but how you finish. I was with a group of adults last night at a small group Bible study, and the phrase that kept, the tagline that kept coming up was direction of goodness. Right, that's the trajectory that we're on, and I appreciate your willingness to come here and speak before us, and those comments, and yeah, the award would, you know, lean into the best of who you are.
So we need a new picture. If we agree to
I didn't dress for the king.
I'm not drinking. We'll plan a new picture.
Any other comments? All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And one abstention. Motion carries.
Mr. Barber, again, we thank you for being a pillar in the community. You are Black history, my brother, and you carry that with you. If you leave out of here, you carry that every day. Because whatever I've done here today, if I do nothing else, my fight was for you.
We're gonna keep moving on to 5E, council discretionary funds. We've got 3 separate motions for those.
I move to approve a council discretionary fund expenditure of $11,400 for the creation of a mural on Irvine Street side of the DPW building.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
No, I just think it's a great idea. I'm looking forward to seeing how it manifests and come to fruition. I know the one that you were talking about on the other side of the barbershop, it's amazing. So, yeah, Cut Place, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm glad we're bringing that here. This is just amazing. I'm very excited to be on this project.
Thanks.
Well, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve, council discretionary funds expenditure of $22,000 to begin cleanup of the dump area around, Memorial Park.
Second.
Any discussion?
I do intend to contribute to this project going forward. I am in the middle of working with Greg and on another project, so it's limited amount of funds left. That'll determine.
And I like the way that you, whether you did it intentionally or not, the way you read it, you emphasized begin. It's phase 1, so
Yes.
there's more phases to come, even.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to see motion on this. One of the first things when I was on council is Mayor Swartzwelder had me go out and see the dump along with the trails that go behind Memorial Field there, and I'm just excited to see that start to come to fruition and have our Kerry furnace overlook.
All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve a council discretionary fund expenditure of $4,550.00 for the rehabilitation and installation of the 1906 fire valve from the Borough Building at Swissville.
Any discussion?
I just love that, Chief Wilhelm went out and was working so, gallantly, to make sure that he saved this fire bell and that he got it to such a good price. Man, I'm telling you, I love a bargain, and this was just like, wow, can't pass it up. So happy to support this and to, make that bell shine. Or make it shine.
We're actually gonna leave it.
Okay, keep it dirty.
No, we're gonna leave it green because as soon as you polish it, in 1 year, it'll turn green again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because it's
no
one.
polishing, no polishing,
Okay.
but we'll look at it. We'll look at it. Maybe touch the wood, maybe, no, don't touch it.
Touch it.
Don't touch it.
Don't stick your head underneath whenever it rains.
I'd like to applaud all 3 of these motions. They are really represent the intention of the American Rescue Plan. about building community and identity. Thank you, Chief, for bringing this forward and doing all the research and et cetera. I'm proud to be part of this. Thank you for contributing to this. I believe everyone has. I think that's great. So I applaud all three of these programs, or these projects. They truly embody the purpose of the American Rescue Plan.
All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Let's go down to 5F, Washington Street Bridge.
I move to waive the requirements of section 10-132 of the Swissvale Borough codified ordinances to allow for demolition and erection work to occur on the Washington Street Bridge overnight, on weekends, and requiring the contractor to provide a minimum of a 7-day notice to affected residents in the designated area defined by the borough.
Second.
Any discussion?
I personally think that the push should be on the railroads to allow more of the work to be done during the day.
PRT.
Oh, PRT, to allow the work to be done during the day, but that's my personal feel. I think it could reroute a little bit and make it, you know, so that the inconvenience doesn't fall on people trying to sleep at night. And at least you think that it won't affect you. Those sounds travel. I hear those trains every night. Every night. I have bat ears or something, and I'm like, it's coming through again. And so, you know, I know I'm gonna hear this. I know it's gonna carry to my blog. I just feel it. I feel it in my soul. And so, and I like my sleep, you know, 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go. So, yeah, I'm not pleased at all. I think that, you know, that it seems like the onus is falling on the people instead of on the companies that can make some changes to allow people to sleep at night, which is what we like to do between 10 and 7. I think it was 10 and 7, right? 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Yes, which is, I like sleeping between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. And I know that people work very hard and they like to sleep then too. And a lot of us are gonna be affected. So I don't want to hear any of your complaints, because I would rather push it to the bus company and to something else, not to the people that have to live with that when it could be an adjustment during the day. That's just my perspective.
All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Me.
All right, motion carries. Move down to 5G Borough Building.
I move to approve a contract for materials testing for the new borough building with construction engineering consultants in the amount of $21,000.
Second.
Any discussion?
I mean, let's test those materials so we can get going.
Let's get this
Yeah.
building built. All right, all in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5H Public Works.
I move to approve ordinance number 25-03, enacting a delinquent garbage fee amnesty program beginning on May 1st, 2025, and ending on October 31st, 2025.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion? All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, ordinance 25-03, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5I Recreation.
I move to adopt the revised rules and regulations for Swissvale Park Rentals.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
I thought it was very important that, as we went through, that we did discuss, the equity of the different parks and how it meant a lot for, the members of the public to be able to have this recreation space that they can afford. You know, but also to know that we have to have some expenditures, that can keep it clean, right? So I think that this was a nice compromise, that we all came up with, all of us having very different opinions, but we did compromise on it. And I think it was a well thought out compromise in terms of what we ended up with.
All right, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I move to award the contract in the amount of $22,000 for a multi-task site development company to a multi-deck site development company for phase one for the Les Gatz Memorial Park.
Second.
Motion's on the table. Any discussion?
Which multitask site development company is it?
I think that's their name.
That's the actual name.
Oh, good
That's
lord.
why I paused.
Yeah.
It's like,
It
does read very-
is there a blank spot here?
I did clarify that with the person who gave us the bid, that is maybe.
Their name. Okay,
Multitask. site development.
not inventive, but definitely it has what it does in the,
Yeah. No question what they do.
no question.
All right, well, let's vote. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're down to 5J, police.
I move to approve resolution 25-06, amending the rules and regulations of the Civil Service Commission to allow the submission of applications for full-time patrol officer positions from candidates who do not currently possess Act 120 certification, but will hold the certification prior to appointment.
Second,
Any discussion?
I think it's good that we're able to scoop in there and make sure we get people who are interested and qualified and really, ready to go, and then give them their certification. There you go.
All right, all in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 5K, demolitions.
I move to approve resolution number 25-07, declaring the structures located at 7509 Melrose Street and 7305 Dennison Avenue and 2114 Monongahela Avenue as dangerous and blighted structures.
Second,
Any discussion?
it's clear they need to be torn down. It's so clear. So we had neighbors come in and talk about it. We had, our chief of police, chief of fire, do a really good detailed analysis of why, these need to be torn down. We really just need to do something and get access to the money to get them torn down.
Agreed. All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5L, correspondence.
I move to approve sending a letter to the Pittsburgh Regional Transit expressing council's concern over the proposed elimination of the P71 bus route.
Second,
Any discussion?
I'm an avid bus rider. I've been in Hollinger all the time about me not getting my license yet because I've been from here to the Eiffel Tower with no license. But I'm very, I'm very concerned about these cuts because I ride the bus all the time and I take it to work. I work right outside of downtown Pittsburgh. So this is very important to me. So I'm looking forward to doing this.
I think P70, I understand the shortfalls that TRT is facing. However, the P71 is, I believe, the only bus line that actually holds our name in it as the Swissville Flyer. But it is a fundamental travel route for a lot of our constituents. A lot of our neighbors rely on the public bus system. And the P71 is the Swissville Flyer, and we need to keep it. We need to be able to, for our folks to be able to get to where they need to go in a cost-effective, safe way. And PRT has invested so much in Swissville. It would go against what they've been doing and have done to connect us to both education, healthcare, jobs, etc. So I appreciate the expression of the support of the council to send this letter. They're aware it's coming. And I have reached out to other elected officials and asked for their support in signing a similar letter. And I've received positive results. I'll let them talk about it.
Ready to vote? All in favor of approving the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That is our action items for the evening. We'll move down to tab 6. Tab's not the right word. Reports. We'll begin with our COB report. Ms. Stribling.
We met last Thursday. virtually. Some of the things that was just pertaining to Swissvale, again, make sure we return our opt-in agreements for our factory.
Or just
Good. And also, if you have any need or help for our utility billing as well, Turtle Creek Valley Cog also can assist with that. And this weekend is ALOM, starting April 3rd through April 6th. So I know a lot of us will be there. So myself, this is my first year going, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's pretty much it related to us, and that's my report.
Thank you. We'll move on to the Connect report, Ms. Alfonso Wells.
Yeah, so Connect is doing a little bit of reorganizing. Before the election, they were in a really good position to with some of the monies that they get a lot of different grants and things like that. And they're still in a relatively good position, and we're being careful stewards of our money, but we did lose a member of the Connect team because of some funding that dried up. So we're very sad about that. But Connect continues to work with us. We have a couple of projects that we're working with them now, pertaining to our, the climate action plan, making it tighter, making it better, making it like the bionic action plan. Within the realms of possibility. And, Connect will be at the ALOM conference. They encourage everyone to stop by. Once again, they encourage you to come to any of their meetings too. So, if you're able to do that, please do. They will have some wonderful snacks and we'll have some activities planned. And I think that they'll actually be in that big, whatever.
Legislative session, or, oh, you mean the expo?
Yeah, they'll be in the expo hall, waiting for you to come by. They always have really good projects that they ask you to sign up for, so.
We got our pictures on the door.
We did. Josh and I were.
I saw that.
Connect report out, disconnect.
All right. So President report, I'll defer to Chief Watson to respond to Mr. Jennings' comments.
So you cover many areas. As far as the kids on the street and the traffic, we've started doing park walk and talks where the officers get out, walk up and down the business district, not only on Noble Street, but Monongahela and up at Regent Square. A lot of that's just community relations, getting to know people, show the business owners we're out there. On the other part is, you know, if there are issues, we can see them and deal with them. The rest of the issues about that area, we know there were some problems down there. We've been actively and aggressively trying to deal with them. Whether it's the drug issues surrounding several locations. One of them, we were successful in getting them, the people to leave. I don't like to talk specifically about anybody in these meetings, but as far as when we deal with people who are on subsidized housing in the county, we do work with the county housing police to try to address those issues, knowing that they have effects on their neighbors. So, you know, that process is always an ongoing thing to deal with them. And they have certain criteria they have to be where they will deal with those issues. So we try to keep problem areas on the forefront that are subsidized housing. So that goes on. But if you have any specific questions for me, I'll be happy to answer. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay.
And I do see oftentimes, because I'm in that area too, where they probably can't see from the street side, there is people there monitoring, often, like in the morning, before the church, or, you know, whatever, I work from home, but it's, you know, you're there, I see it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the officers are well aware of the issues down there. And, you know, like I said last week, when we have something that happens, we do patrol that area regularly after it to try to prevent follow-up and other things from happening. So that's it.
Great, thank you. The only other thing I'll add is just, I know we talk periodically about the food pantry here in Swissvale, which is on Noble Street, just, I don't know, a couple storefronts down, I guess, from the NM Mart as we were talking about. But they have their distribution tomorrow, so anyone who might need, some extra food, 9 to noon, they are open. Our church hands out diapers there. I know can't remember the name of the part of, St. Joseph the Worker has a bunch of Angel's Tree, Angel's House, Angel's Place, something like that. They have a bunch of kid clothes and toys there as well for infants. So I'd encourage folks to check it out. It's a great asset to the community. And 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow. That's all I got. Let's move on to the mayor's report. Mayor Swartzwelder.
Thank you. Regarding ALOM, I will refer to Angela, but the contribution to the COG hospitality group. Can we,
Collect.
either collect or make a contribution to it? We've done it every year. I know last year
Whichever you prefer, we can.
I've not been a fan, I'll be public saying this, of doing this, of giving a contribution personally. If others would like to give that contribution, that is fine. I would not overrule that, but I think last year was largely because I personally was, I took some qualms with giving a contribution to that hospitality suite.
well, prior to that, years past, the borough made a contribution to the suite because it is a council of government, like all the municipalities that participate go there and so. It's good.
Whatever folks want to do, I mean,
Did this require borough council action in the past? Because I don't ever recall. I always thought the money just was given without.
Yeah, sometimes other people chip in personally
Okay.
on behalf of Swissvale. Like it came from individuals that sit on council or others here at the table. Many
Is this
times
the
that's
greater cost of whatever they have put in for their hospitality?
How much are they asking?
Years past, we've done $100.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the minimum they asked for now is 200.
Cause those eggs cost a lot. They don't have eggs there. But I'm just saying, I said they don't have eggs there, but maybe it's cause the cost of eggs went up. I don't know. It's not like I'm giving deviled eggs. I'd like them to have deviled eggs, by the way, but I don't see deviled eggs, just saying.
So I guess it would be a consensus whether anybody wanted to contribute. Because it's not gonna come directly from council, right? I mean, from the.
Well, it could come from the borough, but like I said, many times in the past, it has come from people that sit at this table that making personal donations.
Yeah, well, that's what we did last year. Yeah, we all pitched in.
And I would be glad to do that. If myself, others would like to, I would be glad to personally contribute rather than the borough.
Yeah, so I guess I'll be the one that can collect, or you wanna collect? I can collect if they wanna contribute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We do that.
Okay, okay.
They better have some dairy-free snacks in there, that's all I'm saying.
Also, okay, moving right along. Saturday, April 19th is our annual Easter egg hunt at noon at Memorial Park. We'll be hunting for eggs, get prizes, snacks, crafts, and a visit from the Easter Bunny. All are welcome, and don't forget to pick up the bunny at noon.
What day is that?
April 19th.
They promised to text me the address. So I don't remember your colors.
This has been a long-running event in Swissville. I think it's our 32nd year, so it's always very well attended and everyone's invited. Then on Saturday, April 26th, we're having a kickoff to the Swissville Mile at Pub in the Park. Sarah or Tracy, would you like to elaborate at all?
Registration opens, we'll be at the Pub in the Park starting at 6 o'clock. There's a discount on registrations in the first few weeks of open registration. We're looking for sponsors for the race. Last year, we had just under 200. We're hoping to top that this year. Come out, I think we're gonna have a basket raffle and 50-50. Come out and register. Be the first to register, I dare you.
When is the month?
when is the mile?
July 12th.
Also, Power is throwing the Pittsburgh's largest sober celebration. It is their Purple Party Celebration fundraiser. That is Thursday, April 24th, from 6:30 to 9 at the Circuit Center in the South Side. So grab your purple attire and join in the royal celebration. Enjoy auction raffles, dancing, mocktails, specialty coffee, and delicious eats. And I attended last year, and it's a wonderful celebration. It's something to behold. Everything's purple, and we had a lot of fun. So if anybody would like to go, tickets or let me know.
Can we put that in the Swiss mail?
It is.
It was, okay.
And just a reminder, May 3rd, the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy and volunteers will be planting the Parkway flower planting at 9 a.m. All are welcome. Bring your gloves.
What date was that again?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. And that's my report. Questions, comments, or concerns?
I'll just bring up, we finally have our date for Juneteenth. It is, June 29th, Sunday, June 29th will be our Juneteenth celebration. We welcome everybody to come out and celebrate with us. It's gonna be fantastic. So come on out, come on down. I see many of you in the audience that I've seen before, and I wanna see you again. So come on down and we're gonna have a good time. And by the way, some of the ways I'm saying it, those are all songs. So you might hear one of them. So come on down.
All right, well, let's move on to the manager's report. Mr. Bakshi.
Thanks, sir. Further what, Mr. Ward from Sedco said, cleanup day is Saturday, April 26th. We'll be starting 9:30 at the DPW garage. We would be happy to see all of you here, to help volunteer to clean up. Runs from 9:30 to 12:30. We'll have a small lunch afterwards. Maybe some prizes, people can win for volunteering. Hope to see all council there. And, you don't have to bring your gloves. We'll bring them for you. We'll supply the gloves. The gloves, t-shirts, bags, grabbers, everything will be provided for you. We just need you to bring the labor. So, anybody who would like to help clean up our town, there's a lot of litter out there, you know, and we have a few areas, we'd like to target. So to come out, you know, we'll point you in the right direction. You can either go to your own neighborhood and clean up if you want with the supplies we give you, or if you don't know where you want to go, we will provide you, a place, because there are some bad areas.
Are those the yellow t-shirts?
Yeah.
Those are amazing, because afterwards you can always, you know, kind of walk in the twilight and people can see you. Very great.
Next thing is the active transportation plan, which we've been working on for about 9 months now. We have a draft plan in place and we have to hold a public hearing. So the active transportation plan steering committee has scheduled a public hearing for May 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. That'll be before the council meeting. So if council members can attend, please do. If not, the steering committee will be in attendance also. So we will present to the public. We will have a draft on the, hopefully on the website at least a week beforehand, so anybody can read it, review it, give comments, ask questions, whatever the case may be. And we're looking to adopt that plan on June 4th because our contract with PA Walk Works expires June 30th. So we have to have that plan adopted. That's the date that Walk Works gives us to wrap this up. Another thing that I just found out about yesterday, Local Government Academy is having what they're calling a community workshop for Mon Valley residents and business owners. It says, do you want to see the change in your community? Then you need to understand what your local government does for you. So that's the details I have. Very little. When I get more, I will put them on. We'll put them on the website and such. This is on April 23rd at Wednesday night at 5:30 p.m. at the Braddock's Battlefield History Center in Braddock. So anybody can attend. The managers of every community have been invited to come to a meeting at 3 o'clock. Like I said, details are sketchy at this point, but I'll provide them more when I have. And the last thing I have is demolitions. we did receive a $30,000 grant from the county that we applied for 2.5 years ago. The only bad part is the 5 things, the 5 demolitions that are listed on there, we've already taken care of through other money. Because, you know, we try to, when we don't get one thing, we try to get, you know, others. So we'll have to go back to the county and ask them to revise the grant, the contract, so that we could probably do these other 2 that we just cleared, the demolition clearance, by resolution tonight. The only one we have funding for of those 3 is 79-509 Melrose, which I mentioned last week when we did the hearings, but I still want to do the 2 clearances, which worked out because now we have the money for those other 2. But it will be a little bit of delay because we'll have to go back to the county, request their approval, they'll take it back to their boards and then come back with a new contract. But I think they'll be understanding, being they waited 2.5 years to give us the grant after we applied for it. So with, we do have some $30,000 in additional funding, so that should demolish 2 parts. That's all I have.
Thank you. Engineers report, Mr. Ziskow.
Mr. President, I have nothing this evening.
Okay, short and sweet. We'll go to the Water Authority report, Ms. Crombie Collins.
This is an overview of the board meeting that was held on March 25th. The Customer Advisory Council elected official appointee names were due on March 31st, and then the first meeting will be scheduled. Penvest Grant Phase 2 lead line replacements have approximately 65 remaining. That's across the project. Final restoration is underway with concrete work started a few weeks ago and asphalt to start in April. Penvest Grant Phase 3 closing did occur on March 19th, and work is expected to start in late April. Swissvale is anticipated to have 200 lines changed. Calls were made to customers to participate. Only 40 out of 350 customers responded. Customers are encouraged to follow the prompts when they receive these calls, so that the water authority can acknowledge that the message was received, or else it's just a continuing set of work over and over again to get the 1,000 lines across our footprint so that we can get these lead lines done within the contracted time. Property maintenance was discussed, renewing the grass cutting services, and there was a discussion about having pollinator gardens and the like. Allegheny League of Municipalities Conference is this week, and many members and administrators are attending. There were 39 mainline breaks since the last meeting. 1 was in Swissvale, 133 distribution services or repairs, 20 in Swissvale. Other business was conducted. All of the reports are online or coming online. And if you have or see any water issues, please contact WPJWA Customer Service at 412-243-6200. That's my report. Any questions?
I think we need big cards with you, so we can hold them up. At the end.
Exactly. Are they looking to address the long wait times? 'Cause I've been getting a lot.
Long wait times of what? To get on the lead line service?
No,
project?
Customer
Get a
service.
hold of customer service in the tune of an hour.
Why?
When did that happen? I'm
This
not,
week,
okay.
I had somebody receive a cancellation notice on Monday. They were shutting them off on Tuesday,
That wasn't the first notice they got.
but they should be able to call and reach someone.
Yes,
And when I called to complain, I was told that I couldn't get my message out to the director. Well, I'm happy to share the first year.
well, the customer service that, you know, that's the day-to-day operations. So I don't always know exactly
No, I
what's
understand
happening
that.
day-to-day. But I mean, actually, somebody asked me earlier, or somebody was commenting earlier about how great the new invoices are, and you know, now we have them in envelopes, they're not cards, and somebody used to cut those little cardboard postcards,
It
and,
was
and,
the
and
first
all
time.
of those extra hours have been added to customer service, so we updated the phone system, those things are all recorded, so if you want to put in, send me an email about the things that happen, we can raise those up. The times on the line, as far as I know, fluctuate depending on what's happening, because there could have been 2 or 3 breaks, and that's what's clogging phone lines. So every time that those lines are up, that, you know, I need more specifics, I'd have to get that from
administration, but, I don't know that anybody, there's a, hierarchy. And you should be able to get to a manager. I don't know that you can get to the, administrator, but
Well, I'd like to,
yeah,
so if you could share that.
there'll be a day on.
Great.
Hunt him down. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Solicitors report, Mr. McTiernan.
Just one item, Mr. President, as been mentioned, the Allegheny County League of Municipalities is having their convention this weekend, and our law firm will have a hospitality suite Friday evening beginning at 7 p.m., which everybody is welcome. If your idea of a good time is hanging out with a bunch of municipal lawyers, probably not. Stop by. There'll be, all my colleagues will be there, and everybody's welcome from the family. So,
Thank you. Any announcements?
Nothing else. I would like to congratulate Councilman Quinn on being nominated by the Pittsburgh Courier 40 under 40, which he will be receiving his award on May 9th. But
Thank you all so much. I'm very honored. It really pays to see your hard work. So I'm very grateful and I want to continue to do the work for all of you. So thank you. And I'm also Dr. Sinead Jeffrey, who's in the audience, is a member of the 40 under 40 as well. So we'll have a great night. Thank you, Mike.
I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out because I noticed that we have a lot of people, well, a lot for us. In the audience, it's always good. We always like hearing from you. We like seeing when you come out. We like hearing what it is, your opinions and what's going on. We can't always hear it all the time, but we're so glad when you do come out and make a public comment and you actually stayed for the whole thing. So congratulations on that one.
And continue to be part of the civic process. We want everyone involved. So it's very important.
And I've got one more announcement that I failed to mention during my report. Representing Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills musical is coming up at the end of the month. Hairspray. They always do a phenomenal job. So April 24th, 25th, 26th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as well as the following Thursday, Friday, Saturday, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. They have 8 different shows that you can choose from. Again, they often are nominated for the Gene Kellys, kind of the local version of the Tonys, and just have a phenomenal cast. And hope you can come out and see it and support the school district that we live in.
I've been a part of the best musical from the Gene Kelly. So well, budget 1, y'all are always budget 3. So. We never have to compete against each other. So I will be supporting.
Wonderful. With that being said, if I don't hear any other announcements, I'd welcome a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 8:08 p.m.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is closed. Thank you, everyone.